Hey everyone, Tony Winston here for a classical piano workshop, and I'm going to cover the song Little Waltz today by Cornelius Gurlitt. And what I'm going to focus on specifically is pedaling. So I've got a camera set up down here by my foot, and I'm going to start with the left hand, and I'm going to play the three notes in each measure as a block chord. So the first one here, B minor. And I'm going to push the pedal down, and then as I play the next chord, which is an F sharp major chord, and it's three black keys, by the way. Got to look at that key signature. So C is sharp and F is sharp. So anyway, the first chord, you put it down, then push the pedal. Then as you play the next chord, you lift the pedal and push it back down again. Many students make the mistake of lifting the pedal ahead of time, cutting off the sound, and then pushing the pedal at the same time as the chord. But I'll do a few of them that way, and you'll see that it leaves a gap, a little moment of silence between each chord. And that's not what you want. You want the chords to be connected. The wrong way, and the right way. Now, a good way to practice this is just really to take any two chords. You could just go like this. And if you listen and know what you're listening for, which is connected chords without one chord bleeding into the other or overlapping with the other, if you listen for that, you'll pedal correctly, just kind of naturally. So I want this sound to connect to this sound, and I don't want it to bleed together. Now, this is what happens if they bleed together. You see, I'm lifting that pedal a little bit too late. Actually, as you press the new chord is when you want to lift the pedal. And then right back down again. When you do the music as written with the broken chords, it's really no different, and let me show you. So as I hit this first note of the second measure, I lift and then back down again quickly before I play the second note. Now, another common mistake is that if you start using the pedal too soon, you're apt to play like this. And watch my hand here. You'll see I'm not connecting the notes. Now, the sound is basically the same, but your technique would be better to actually connect the notes with your fingers this way, and then use the pedal to enhance that. And this mistake is very common when you're playing Chopin or something like maybe Rachmaninoff's Prelude in G minor, when you're doing something like this. And teachers will tell you to learn it without the pedal first, so that you avoid making that mistake, because it's very easy to change this into this. You're just kind of bouncing around, and you're more likely to hit wrong notes that way. Also, the sound will be smoother if you try to connect like that. Okay, but anyway, back to Little Waltz. Let's do the left hand. We've got a B minor chord. And here we have E sharp, okay? It looks like F. And then on the next line here in measure 7, 3 black keys, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Then we do that again. Next part. And the last part is like the first part. Okay, let's do a little right hand. And before I do that, let me make another comment or two about pedaling. There's never just one correct way to pedal. It depends upon the size of the piano, the size of the room, how much echo there is, and just what your own personal preference is. So, you don't want to follow pedal markings exactly. For instance, these little triangles that go up and then come back down, they don't show you exactly precisely when to lift the pedal. You have to do this with using your ears and, the information that I just shared with you. Okay, so the right hand, I'll go ahead and put the left hand in too. Oh, and another thing too is sometimes if you're pedaling this way, it may work out fine for the left hand, but it may blur the melody too much. So that's why you want to, just listen carefully and decide on the sound that you want. Now, for instance, if you pedal the first measure, you get a pretty blurred sound there in the right hand. So it is possible to do, extra pedaling. However, I don't really recommend that in this piece. I think it's okay for the melody to blur just a little bit. All right, the B section. Notice again we have an E sharp. And I would follow this fingering 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, I guess. 4 and 1, and then back to 4 again. And right there in that last part, I think the pedaling can be quite a bit different than what the book says. And, just do what sounds right to you. All right, here we are, hands together in the B section. And so forth. Now, I used a little bit more pedal than the book called for, and I think you could do with a little bit less here even. Let's see. Like that. And I did another little trick too. I did not use pedal up here, but I slightly overlapped the notes. See? I had 2 down at once, and then 2 down again. And that gives you a kind of a legato sound, similar to using the pedal, but a little different. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you have fun learning this song. It's pretty short, fun, easy to learn, and if you like the video, of course, give me a thumbs up. And I do lots of these videos, so please subscribe. Thanks.